This is my Roman numerals presentation. First of all, Roman numerals started in ancient Rome over 2,000 years ago. Instead of using digits like 0 through 9, the Romans used capital letters as their numbers. They used them to count money and goods, write dates on buildings and monuments, and organize things like chapters and sections. Later on, the number systems we use today, with 0 through 9, became more popular because it's easier for math and big calculations. But Roman numerals never completely went away, and we still use them in a bunch of places. On screen, this is a quick chart of the main Roman numeral symbols. I equals 1, V equals 5, X equals 10, L equals 50, C equals 100, D equals 500, and M equals 1,000. The rules are actually pretty simple. So, like, if a smaller numeral comes before a bigger one, you would subtract. But if it comes after a bigger one, you would add. So, here's like the example so they make sense. The first example is XII. Since X is 10 and each I is 1, and they're going from biggest to smallest, we just add 10 plus 1 plus 1, which gets us 12. So XII is 12. For our second example, we have IX. Since I comes before X, that means we subtract 10 minus 1, which equals 9. So IX is 9. Third example, XXIV. We got two X's, which are 10 each. That's 20. And then we got IV, which is 1 less than 5. So it's 5 minus 1. So 10 plus 4, I think that's what I had, equals 24. Okay, now for the historical example. So, I'm sure you've probably seen the Super Bowl logo. And you've probably noticed they use Roman numerals. So, for example, Super Bowl 58. I don't even know if that's a real Super Bowl. But that's written as LVIII. Yeah. Because L is 50, V is 5, and III is 3. So 50 plus 5 plus 3 is 58. We can also see Roman numerals on old buildings, such as the one on screen. And a building from 1904 might have the date written as MCMIV on it. I'm going to try to put a picture of that on screen if I can find it. M is 1,000, CM is 900 because it's 1,000 minus 100, and IV is 4 because it's 5 minus 1. Add them up, and we would get 1,000 plus 900 plus 4 equals 904. So why do they still matter today, you may ask? Well, because they help connect us to history, because we're seeing numbers written the same way people did thousands of years ago. We still use them in everyday life too, in the Super Bowl, on some clocks, and in book chapters like chapter IV, which is chapter 4. And they're also useful for organizing things like, let's see, maybe an act in a play. And learning them makes you think about numbers in like a different way, using addition and subtraction with symbols instead of just regular digits. I think that's pretty cool. So even though I don't use Roman numerals every day to like do my math homework, they're still pretty important. They're still a pretty important part of our history and like the way that we design things and like our culture and stuff. So yes, I say yes to Roman numerals. Also, I say yes, you should give this thing an A because I currently have a C, which is only because this is currently a 0 because I haven't turned it in yet. But yeah. Please give me a good grade. This is going to take forever to edit, and it took me 7 minutes to record. Bye.